Coming up, Investing 101, why getting back to the basics may be key to your success in the coming years. This is Regions Wealth Insights. Welcome to Regions Wealth Insights. I'm Jeremy King. Today we're joined by Alan McKnight, Chief Investment Officer from Regions Wealth Management. Alan, thank you for joining us.
Thank you, Jeremy. Glad to be here.
Let's get right to the point. After a big run in the stock market and with continued low interest rates, you're telling investors that they shouldn't expect too much in the way of returns right now, correct?
That's exactly right, Jeremy. With over 200% returns since the lows of 2009 and in 6 of the last 7 years, double-digit returns in the equity markets, we're concerned about more muted returns going forward, and specifically low to mid-single digits in both the equity markets and the fixed income markets.
So what's an investor to do then in order to get the most bang for their buck?
It's a great question. 3 things. 1, focus on what you can control, which is absolute returns, goals-based investing, where you know exactly what you're looking to do, what is required versus what is possible. Number 2, concentrate on eliminating the noise, which in our world today is very difficult to do when you think about the 24/7 news cycle and all the talking heads out there. But in fact, that's one of the worst things that you can do. And when you do follow the short-term talking head mentality, many times you actually make mistakes. And then finally, focus on strategic, tactical asset allocation and the ability over time to diversify a portfolio so that you can maximize returns and minimize risk.
What about what investors can't control, and that's volatility, and you referenced noise as well earlier. A lot of that this year especially, and it can be hard to ignore.
That's exactly right, Jeremy. And the problem is when investors focus on the daily volatility, it leads to major mistakes from an investment portfolio strategy perspective. If you look at the 2 graphs that we've presented, the first is of the S&P 500 in the first few months of 2015. The second is in the same time period of 2014. And what you'll note is that we've had more than double the number of 1% greater moves in the S&P 500 this year alone, which translates to us that there is more volatility and therefore a rationale for people to want to take action based on what they're hearing in the 24/7 news cycle, when in fact they would be better served to focus again on their long-term goals, understanding where their portfolio is positioned, rather than thinking they're going to second guess or make trading moves to try to enhance their portfolio returns.
And those goals, the long-term goals that you referenced for investors, they can be different among each individual investor, but are there some basic approaches that can apply to a wide range of investors to help them with their returns?
That's exactly right, Jeremy. And our goal at Regions Wealth Management is to focus on maximizing return while also minimizing risk. And by doing those 2 things, we raise the probability of a successful outcome for any type of investor. And more importantly, when things are as they are today in the markets, with bonds not looking that appealing, stocks not looking that appealing, the focus really needs to shift to strategic asset allocation, a goals-based approach, and as an investment strategy team, thinking about what Warren Buffett likes to say are the fat pitches within the market.
What about market valuation? That has to be something that's also considered, especially at this time, correct?
Without a doubt. And you can have the best economy in the world, but if the valuations reflect that, it still may not be the right time to invest in certain asset classes. So we spend quite a bit of time thinking about valuation, momentum, and economic trends as we set strategic asset allocation and then the tactical moves that we have around those.
Alan McKnight, Chief Investment Officer with Regions Wealth Management, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you, Jeremy.
And we thank you for watching. We have more insights online to help you and your family build, protect, and preserve your wealth. Just go to regions.com/wealth. Or if you'd like to talk about this or other investment topics in person, give us a call at 1-800-826-6933. We'll see you here soon for another edition of Regions Wealth Insights.